Good afternoon. My name is Lieutenant Colonel John Hall, United States Marine Corps, retired. I grew up in a small town called Palmetto, Florida, in the southern tip of Florida, and I grew up there with my mother and my sister. And quickly, I want to talk to you about what I've done since I retired from the Marine Corps. I started my own corporation once I retired called Eureka Corporate Capital Incorporated, and we're a consulting firm. And one of the things that we got exposed to, and I'm a part of, is now medical research called the Marine Resiliency Study. One of the things I learned in the Marine Corps was discipline. One of the things I want to talk to you about, a particular story that I learned that still applies to my life after I got out of the Marine Corps. I was in Somalia, 1993, and one of the things there, Somali people were starving. And I had never seen starving people before in my life. Not in person, I saw it on television. And I saw it on television, and the next thing I knew, I was landing in Mogadishu. And when I got there, everybody had weapons. From a 13-year-old child, an AK-47, to grown-ups. And one of the things I learned there that I had to learn was discipline. Because just because the situation looked like it was, I couldn't take it upon myself just to do what I wanted to do in my heart. There were rules and regulations in Uniform Code of Military Justice. And one of the things I found that I had to do was be disciplined. And so that taught me and led me to do things right. You know, one of the things I want to talk to you about, the 3 keys to success. You know, the first thing I want to talk to you about is exposure. What does exposure mean? Exposure means do everything that you feel you need to do to be successful on that path to success. Go everywhere, experience new things. If somebody asks you to be a part of a program, look at the positive of it. What can this aid me in doing in my life and the keys to success? Because you never know. Don't turn anything down. Number 2, the crossroads. Crossroads means everyone who's been successful, and I mean everyone, has done things that they do not feel like doing. That is key critical to your success. So if you need to write that report, if the teacher says you need to turn in that paper, and she says by 11 o'clock, make sure it's by 11 o'clock. No excuses. Just get it done. Number 3, watch people that you admire, that you like. Talk to them. Ask them questions. Because it gets your juices flowing. It gets you excited about what you think you might want to do. So just take it on blind faith to do that. Even though I was a Marine officer, at this time I'm also a father. And I want to talk to you about some keys to keeping your foot out of the fire. I had a son, and I had a conversation with him about how do you keep your foot out of the fire. One of the things we talked about was that being respectful. Being respectful to your elders. One of my hot buttons is always be respectful to your elders. Even though you may not like what they ask you to do it, and do it with a smile. Don't give them back talk. Don't give them grief. Just do what you're asked to do. Now, is that hard? Sometimes that can be hard. Sometimes it can be, because you don't see the perspective. As a young man, you just see, I got to do something. That's all you see. So the other thing I talk to you about is think bigger than yourself. I can't emphasize that enough. Think bigger than yourself. And I can tell you that will help you for sure. The third thing I will tell you is be happy. Just be as happy as you can be. Just be happy. What does that mean, be happy? That means find a passion. Do what you love. Now there's going to be a lot of things that you get exposed to that you may not like. Okay, I don't like basketball, I don't like football, I don't like whatever. But you may like computers. And the question you got to ask yourself is this. Would I do this for no money? If you can find that, something that you love, that you're passionate about, you will be on a path that most of us are not. I guarantee you. And some of the things I'm doing now, I'm passionate about, I love, and I would do it for no money. So I'm not advocating that you do anything for free. What I'm saying is find your passion. Find your passion. Now in conclusion, I want to talk to you again about the 3 keys to success. Remember I mentioned exposure. I mentioned crossroads. I mentioned watching people that you like. And in my lifetime, these 3 things are key critical to your success. Now, I'm not saying I know everything, but I guarantee you these will help you succeed.